when I'm freaking, oh no. Nintendo Switch OLED durability test rated a screen 2 out of 10 for scratch protection. Who did it though? Was it Jerry Rig Everything? It was Jerry Rig Everything. He did it.
The Nintendo Switch OLED Edition. Nintendo has never been one to rush into things. Yeah.
Said no one ever. Nintendo has never been one to rush into things. They make like, bro, come on, buddy. Yes, they do. They rush into everything.
Xbox and PlayStation might have already come out with all new gaming systems. But Nintendo has a little more old school, if it ain't broke, don't fix it vibe. They have, however, decided to grace us with an all-new, larger OLED display, and it's time to see if it's durable. Let's get started. Substantial improvement over the previous toothpick of a kickstand. The new OLED screen is slightly larger than the old LCD version by almost a full inch. Kinda nice. The 7-inch display is still capped at 720p, while playing in handheld.
Bro, his Link is about to die. He fell off the hill. He fell off that first initial hill when you spawn in the game and you look at the environment. He fucking fell off the hill. What a goofy.
Mode and 1080p when docked up to a TV. Same as it was when the Switch was originally released 4.5 years ago. And I don't want to sound bitter or anything, but Nintendo could have probably saved the planet by dropping Breath of the Wild 2 in 2020. Or at least saved everyone from boredom. If we really wanted...
What do you mean, bro? They dropped Animal Crossing in 2020. You know how much lives were saved with just Animal Crossing? I'm not saying the game was amazing or it was God tier, but Nintendo kind of saved a lot of people in 2020 with that drop.
Wanted people to stay home for long periods of time, they should have released that game. Now, it is possible to make OLED displays from plastic, like we saw on the Z Fold. But usually small OLED screens like we see on cell phones have a layer of glass on top. And with this Switch's subtle weight gain, glass is what I'm hoping for. We can lay out the Mohs scale of hardness, which helps us differentiate between different materials. Levels 2 or 3 would be plastic, 5 or 6 would be glass, and level 8 or 9 would be sapphire. If we ever get a Switch with a level 10 diamond screen, well, it'll probably cost more than $350. But unfortunately, what we're seeing here are scratches at a level 3 with deeper grooves at a level 4.
Not even a cell phone. Yo, isn't the cell phones like 6 and 7? The cell phone is at 6 or 7, bro. This shit at a 3. Come on, dude.
4, which means this new OLED screen has a surface layer of plastic.
You gotta put a screen protector on that bitch ASAP Rocky when you get it. You have to have a screen protector for your new Switch before you even get the Switch. You have to have the screen protector before it. Because, dude.
Looks like my battery's a little low. Fun side note, if your Switch ever needs a little juice on the go, whatever power bank you decide to use needs to have a power delivery function. The PD standard is the only one that can charge up the Switch while playing it. Everything else might still work and give the Switch some juice, it'll just be way slower. My channel sponsor Anchor has one of these for like $30. I'll link down in the description.
Anchor is dope. I got 2 Anchor chargers.
Yeah, plastic screens. Just, once again, it's good to know that the OLED screen is soft, so that we can avoid putting it in situations where it can be damaged by coins.
By coins. By coins. Put a screen protector on that shit ASAP, dude.
Or keys, or other metal objects.
Keys, coins.
Nintendo has said that the screen itself is made from glass, and that this plastic film, which feels very permanent, is an anti-scattering adhesive layer, which is there to help keep the glass shards from scattering if the display ever does shatter. Kind of like the laminated glass on a vehicle windshield, and it is probably a good thing to have.
To try anymore.
If you really do want that glass feeling though, and make your Switch more resilient, D-Brand does have a glass screen protector that's pretty easy to install. And it sits perfectly inside this little outer bezel.
Nice.
It's almost like the Switch was made for this extra layer. However, if you really want the protection of glass but the feeling of plastic, you can always put another plastic screen protector over the top of your glass screen protector.
Okay, that's extra. Just put the glass screen protector on, that's it. Why the fuck I gotta put glass and then plastic? Like, that's extra.
And you can protect that protector with another protector, and that protector with another protector, and that protector with another protector. It's like a glass and plastic sandwich that just keeps going indefinitely.
Okay, he had a lot of these on standby, and he was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna use them all in this video just for shits and giggles.
Kind of like our wait for Breath of the Wild 2. After about 40 layers or so, the optical clarity starts to become subpar. But my Switch is pretty super protected.
Oh my god. Stop.
Pretty sure I now have the most protected Switch on the planet.
Oh my goodness, dude.
I've just exponentially upgraded Nintendo's glass and plastic sandwich. I'm mostly kidding about the mile-high screen protector thing, but D-Brand's glass really does take things to the next level.
What a waste of screen protectors.
When somehow they've managed to have the glass layer on the outside, so it feels nice, while if it ever does break, the shards still stay connected.
That's nice. Does it shatter? Oh.
Science. Nintendo's probably taking notes. I'll leave a link for these down in the description. Now for the Joy-Cons. Nintendo has said that these Joy-Cons are unchanged
really made
from the
this
original
video
version,
to make a screen
but then they've
protector
also
trolling video, and
Yeah.
I want a Breath of the Wild 2 rant.
Yeah, that's literally what it is. He's like, where's Breath of the Wild 2? Bro, I'm not even waiting for Breath of the Wild 2. Where's that Super Mario Party? That's what I'm waiting for.
said that they have changed them up a bit.
I want to go play in fucking in Spaceland and goddamn, you know, the horror place.
So I'm not sure which is true. The buttons are made from plastic and still have the lettering inlaid all the way through the button itself, not just printed on top. I can slice the top of the letter X off entirely, and the X still remains. Part of my letter X is gone, and now I can give it to you. X gone, give it to you for short. The attention to detail and quality is pretty impressive. Down below the letter buttons, we have the joystick, which is still coated in a thick layer of rubber, and from a durability perspective, externally, it seems super solid. It's the internal durability of these Joy-Cons, though, that still remains to be seen, if you catch my drift.
If you catch my... Fucking A, man.
The Joy-Con housing is made from plastic.
Oh, no, that hurts. That hurts. Let's hear it again, because it's Halloween.
The Joy-Con housing is made from plastic.
Ah!
What's not plastic, however, is the border around the edge of the screen. Nintendo has finally incorporated metal into the Switch design.
Oh, so it's metal. That's
Super glad
nice.
they did this, since 4 years ago, during this same test, one of the Joy-Cons did snap off. It gives me some hope that maybe this
Okay, I
OLED
didn't know
Switch
that.
will survive. Flipping the Switch over, here on the back we have the super large, full-length, multi-positional kickstand. Above that kickstand is still plastic,
Ah!
but the kickstand itself, metal.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
this-
cool. The kickstand is metal. I didn't know that.
Switch might cost $50 more than the original Switch did 4 years ago. But with this OLED screen and new metal components, I think that price increase is totally justified. Can't let a metal surface pass by without an art class with Jerry. As soon as you can tell what I'm drawing, let me know down in the comments. This one's a tough one.
Let me see.
Not many people are gonna get it.
Let's see. I'll get it. Okay, what is that? What is that? What is that?
People have always asked me where I learned to draw so good. Asking questions like, hey Jerry, did you study with Van Gogh or Picasso? And no, I didn't. I just, practice a lot. Yeah, you see the finished product.
Is that
and I'm super
Mewtwo?
proud of my effort.
Look at his hands. It's Mewtwo.
But what you don't see
Everyone in the chat saying Mewtwo, you motherfuckers watched this video before, because there was no way that you guys guessed it right from the beginning. There's no way.
is how many OLED switches I had to go through to perfect this drawing. Where do you think I got all those screen protectors? Practice makes perfect, my friends.
Yo, no joke. I might get a Switch and do that for it. You know how cool and custom it's gonna look? That was fire.
The internal fan is kicked on, probably because we are still charging, or maybe because my art is hot fire. I'm curious to see how many people can guess who this is. Let me know down in the comments. The kickstand itself is still very much attached to the Switch body, and won't be falling off on its own, just like the last one would.
Oh, you want to rip off the whole back?
So that's pretty cool. I do gotta say though that I'm a pretty big fan of the vibrance on this OLED panel. Me personally, I play my Switch docked 99% of the time, so I won't ever really get to enjoy this screen, but for someone who plays their Switch on the go, or undocked, this would be a pretty solid upgrade. OLED screens have more contrast between lights and darks, and just have brighter colors in general, which is great for video games. The screen did last for about 35 seconds under the heat from my lighter, before the pixels turned white and did not recover. The plastic film on top, however, did not melt, which is interesting. If you remember 4 years ago, the whole screen was made from plastic and did melt quite a bit. I'll unplug Anchor's power bank. We definitely have enough juice to finish the bin test. The top of the screen bezel is made from metal. But the rest of everything else, though, is plastic. Like the buttons. 4 years ago, the weakest point of the Nintendo Switch was where the Joy-Cons joined with the body. This metal rail was screwed into some weaker metal, and the screws just popped out, with the threads they were attached to, when the Switch was bent. The Joy-Cons themselves are made from plastic, but that's not the weak point. This year, though, it looks like the extra metal lip from the screen's bezel is supporting that rail. Things are looking quite a bit more rigid and stronger. The only way to know for sure, though, is with the bin test.
Oh, I heard a crack.
There is still flex, and all still mostly at the joint where the Joy-Cons join the body.
Oh, he bending.
Flipping it around to the back, we see the same thing. The console itself, though, the body, with its glass screen and long metal kickstand, isn't bending at all.
Not bad.
It might be game over for Link, but definitely not for the Switch. The Nintendo Switch OLED edition is solid. Nintendo has upgraded the screen and the structure, and I'm impressed. Would I go out and buy a whole new Switch if my current Switch was working fine? I don't know. That's hard to say. With all the structural improvements, though, and the nicer OLED screen, I am surprised that the price only jumped by $50. Nice work, Nintendo. The only way it could be cooler is if we could see the insides from the outsides. Luckily, like always, I got you covered with my teardown skin from D-Brand. These are the exact internals of the Joy-Cons, now displayed on the outside for our visual enjoyment. We have a skin for the console as well, I just don't want to cover up my art just yet.
Facts.
As always, links are down in the description.
That Mewtwo should look fire, though.
What's your favorite game for the Switch? Let me know down in the comments. Personally, if you couldn't tell, I like Breath of the Wild, and that weird string flippy game that I forgot the name of. Unravel or something. That was fun. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already.
This motherfucker said unravel. Unravel. Unravel.